Hello and welcome to English Elevation, where we learn English not just to pass exams, but to transform our lives. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever felt stuck in life simply because you couldn't speak fluent English? Have you ever missed an opportunity, stayed quiet in a room full of people, or felt embarrassed just because you didn't know how to express yourself in English? If you said yes, trust me, you are not alone. And I know that pain because I've lived it. This is the story of how learning English changed my life and how it can change yours too. But this is not just about grammar or vocabulary. This is about confidence. This is about mindset. This is about breaking free from limitations. So sit back, take a deep breath, and let me take you on a journey of self-doubt to self-belief, of fear to freedom, of being voiceless to being powerful. This is not fiction. This is my real story. And maybe, just maybe, it will become yours too. Let's rewind to a few years ago. I grew up in a small town, a beautiful place, but one where English was rarely spoken. People spoke in our regional language, and even in school, English was treated like a subject, not a skill. I was an average student, not the best, not the worst, but I had one big weakness: English. I feared it. I avoided it. Every time I had to speak in English class, my heart would race, my palms would sweat. And the worst part, people would laugh. I remember once, I was asked to read a paragraph in English class. I mispronounced the word, and the entire class burst out laughing. That day, I decided, I will never speak in English again. It wasn't just the language. It was what the language represented: opportunity, intelligence, class, confidence, and I had none of it. Job interviews? I avoided them. Public speaking? Never. Even watching English movies, I turned on the Hindi dub. I stayed in my shell, and the world moved on. But life has a way of pushing you. One day, I saw something that shook me. My best friend, someone I grew up with, got a job in a multinational company. Why? Because he could speak good English. We were both from the same background, same school, same town, but he had taken English seriously. I hadn't. And I realized, this isn't just about language. This is about life. That night, I sat alone and asked myself, am I going to let this weakness control my life forever? The answer was no. I decided I will learn English no matter how hard it is. No matter how much people laugh, I will keep going. I will improve. I will grow. And so began the journey. I started with the basics. I bought a grammar book, Wren and Martin. I started listening to English podcasts. TV, I watched English movies with subtitles. At first, nothing made sense. I didn't understand the accents. I couldn't remember vocabulary. And speaking, I was still scared. But I kept going. Every morning, I would read one page of an English book aloud. Every night, I would write 5 new words in a notebook and use them in sentences. I practiced in front of the mirror. I recorded my voice and listened. I even created imaginary conversations with myself. Was I perfect? No. But was I improving? Yes. Slowly, I began to notice changes. I could understand more. I could reply faster. I could speak with a little confidence. And most importantly, I stopped being afraid. The fear was turning into curiosity. The shame was turning into strength. After 6 months of consistent practice, I decided to test myself. I joined an online English-speaking group. Real people, real conversations. The first time I spoke, I froze. My voice cracked. My grammar was all wrong. But you know what? Nobody laughed. Nobody judged me. In fact, one of them said, "You're doing great. Just keep going." That one sentence gave me power. I realized most people are too busy with their own struggles. They don't have time to laugh at yours. And even if they do, it doesn't matter. I kept attending the sessions, week after week, mistake after mistake, progress after progress. And soon, I was the one helping beginners. That's when I realized learning English was no longer a struggle. It was becoming a passion. With English came confidence. With confidence came opportunities. I applied for better jobs and got them. I was invited to speak at webinars. I started creating content in English. And guess what? People listened. People respected me. People were inspired. The language that once made me feel small was now my strength. I started traveling. I met people from different countries. I made international friends. And every time I spoke in English, I felt proud. Not because my English was perfect, but because I had earned it. You see, learning English didn't just change my language. It changed my mindset. It taught me that you can start from zero. You can fail again and again. But if you stay consistent, you will win. I stopped worrying about grammar mistakes. I stopped comparing myself. I started enjoying the process. I started reading self-help books in English. Books like Atomic Habits, The Power of Now, Think and Grow Rich. And each book opened my mind to a new world. I wasn't just learning English. I was learning how to live better. Soon, I realized something powerful. There are thousands of people like me, afraid, stuck, ashamed. So I decided to help. I created this channel, English Elevation, not to teach complicated grammar, not to show off my skills, but to say, if I can do it, you can too. Every video, every lesson, every story I share here is to help you grow. Because I know your pain, and I also know your power. You are not weak. You are not late. You are not alone. Now it's your turn. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait until you feel confident. Just start. Start reading. Start listening. Start speaking. Make mistakes. Laugh at yourself. Keep going. One day you'll look back and say, "Wow, I've come so far." Because English is not just a language, it's a ladder to confidence, to career, to connection. You already have what it takes. All you need to do is begin. English changed my life. It gave me confidence. It gave me freedom. It gave me a voice. And today I use that voice to tell you, you can do this. Yes, it will take time. Yes, you will struggle, but it will be worth it. So if you're still listening, I want to thank you, not just for watching, but for believing in yourself. This is not just a video. This is your first step toward change. Welcome to the English Elevation family. Let's rise. Let's grow. Let's elevate together.